Ooh. What the fuck? Can I help you? Hello everybody, my name is Caretaker, and back to bring another episode of The Park. In the last episode, we went on a very demonic Hansel and Gretel goose ride thing, and now we're at the Octotron. And I imagine up soon is gonna be the Ferris wheel or something. It's kind of strange that the park is like in such a state of disarray. But the rides are still going. And apparently there was a murderer akin to Five Nights at Freddy's. Dude in a suit, went nuts, stabbed a kid with an ice pick. I mean, I guess that's what mascots do. I don't know. Seems to be a trend lately. Alright, where did it leave me? Oh, what the... That's weird. Okay, so here's what starts me off. And here's the good old Octotron. Can I just... I'm sorry, I gotta gush more. This game is beautiful.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy.
Okay,
The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about. Dude went nutso, and he just killed a bunch of chillins. Can I ride this?
I can't get on while it's moving.
Turn it off, lady. There we go. Alright.
I can't get on while it's moving.
Lady, come on. It's practically stopped. I like how she doesn't even mind. She's like, okay, I'll get on. Who cares? You know, an unmanned ride. Whee! Something very bad is gonna happen, isn't it? Is it getting faster, or does this, like, just mess with her head? Oh, yeah! Now it's getting fun. Pick up speed. Come on. Do it, octopus. Do it. Oh, fuck me. Hello. The wobbling glass. It worked, chat. Telling him I don't speak English scared the monster away, apparently.
I can't get on while it's moving.
I like how they give you another option to ride it. Oh, I knew there'd be something over here.
Oh, I remember this.
Family ties. Who the fuck is that behind us? Also, why is she... What is with that picture? It is awful. Let's make sure we don't miss anything. I'm gonna go run off the octo juice. Well, that was interesting. I wasn't expecting, you know, what's this person? The park version of Satan to pop up. But hey, I mean, at least he made himself known. He said hello. I guess that's, you know, it's the best he could do on short notice. Okay, well, where?
Wait, Callum!
Frustrated by the fact that the plans seem incomplete. I know as well as anybody that the rules of the game can be changed with enough money. But no matter how much money talks, they can't conjure up missing plans from thin air. I've tried contacting the organization who sold me these plans, and they are stonewalling me. Every contact I had, every meeting, that place that I've been watched and swept bare. I have a sinking feeling that I've been swindled. We've gone ahead with what we could find on the plans regardless. The harvesting machine, the transfer mechanism, etc. I'll probably let Nicholas name them something cute for the day we open the park. They will be rides, after all.
Wait for Mommy!
Lady, you can make that jump. That's not that hard of a jump. Like, oh, okay. It might be a little hard of a jump, and still, I'd go for it. Then again, getting your clothes wet, and it's nighttime, it's really cold. She's not shivering. I mean, it'd be okay. It's just wet clothes. I'm sure we could find a spare.
Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
I'm not really catching on to what they mean by that traitorous thought. I'm assuming she wanted to abandon her son. Or that she felt that she didn't love him, something along those lines. I don't know. I want to get in there. There we go. Oh, there's something here. I thought working in the park for summer would be a lot of fun, but the end of season here really drags. There aren't that many tourists around, and so most of the staff spend their days standing around gossiping. Most of that gossip is about Chad. I mean Steve. See? Even I'm starting to call him Chad. I went to school with a guy. It's a goddamn suit. In the beginning, it was a lab. Steve, the local luscious, Chad, the chipmunk, child-friendly mascot at Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughters and all of that, but the more he wears that suit, the weirder Steve is getting. At first, it was little things like refusing to change out of the suit at work and taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's diner, still wearing it, and it wasn't even a work day. Some of the staff complained discreetly to park management about the smell, and I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winter, the owner, one day. But nothing seems to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass whenever Steve walks by, and apparently Steve has picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him puking up in a gutter out to the Psych Oil station. Because he sure as hell can cover mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he makes in the ice, though, they give me the creeps. Steve came out of the booth today, lucky me. He was just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seemed like he was just staring at me, sizing me up. Eye-fucking me. Whatever he was doing. Well, that's a way to describe it. I asked him if he wanted, he stood there not saying anything. Eventually I called my supervisor. When he came by, Chad, Steve, wandered off. My supervisor told me to put everything I'm writing, so here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Lord Hemman. Hello? Lady, I've been playing Binding of Isaac for the last couple of days. Nothing about Satan is gonna spook me. The little girl did spook me. I don't know what the fuck that was. How the hell is that supposed to be child friendly? The newspaper, can I read it? Nope. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that gave me a jump. That gave me a jump, not gonna lie. Gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed with how linear the game is.
Constant crashes and 80s music. I guess it floats someone's boat.
I was honestly hoping to really get to explore the park, you know? I mean, you can do a little bit of exploration, and I'm not gonna lie, seeing, you know, that is impressive. Can I do anything here?
Where did you go?
Well, it doesn't look like anything's on them. Oh, one of them's on, sweet. Let's go do some bumper cars. Hell yeah. Oh. Accident report. The Shakes. Francis Dufresne. Is it Dufresne or Dufresne? Dufresne. Incident. Yeah, can't talk. 24th October 1976. Laborers working on the cranes. Who are the appears were Richard Stapleton, witnesses Lawrence Creed, and Michael Edgeworth. Isn't that someone from Phoenix, right? Brief description of the accident incident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the arena, one of the straps attached and loaded to the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumper cars onto Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Describe any injuries caused. Francis was killed. Well, did the injured employee see a doctor? Yes. If yes, you found his portion of workers' compensation for him? Yes. Stewards comes actually the truck driver claims to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff was requested that Dexter provide them with urine samples. What could have done to prevent this accident incident? Double checking of the straps of trainers should be mandatory, and drug screenings for all drivers. Have the unsafe conditions been corrected? No. The local neighbors are very superstitious, and this hasn't helped. Some are refusing to return to work until we have someone from the local church walk the part and exorcise the spirits. I shouldn't have jumped. Oh, goddamn. I am going to die. I lived! Yay! I'm assuming that's the next way to go, but I don't know if I don't know how linear the game is. Like, I imagine it is a relatively linear game. Like, when they said it was a narrative style game, they meant it. It's very, very linear. You go along following the story. However, I'm sure there's got to be some things that you can learn by walking around a little bit further and not completely following the story. Yeah, see? Dissuade them. They have sent an inspector to investigate the accidents at the park. I've given the grand tour and spoken with all our safety upgrades, but he seems unconvinced. In this case, the park itself is working against me. This dour man has become more and more untraceable the more time he spends in the park. I've offered to pay for this stay in the Overlook Hotel to get him out of here. It seems to have made him even more paranoid. I don't think this man is going to allow my park to stay open. This is a disaster for my ultimate goals. Grab the lantern. I'd grab the lantern. Can I use this? No? Okay, please tell me I get to ride that, because that looks badass. Huh.
Callum, where did you go?
I don't know if I'm...
Mommy is coming, Callum.
I'm assuming you should go over there. I mean, it makes sense that you should, right? But I mean, I don't want to ignore this entire section. I'm gonna go down here. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's broken. Well, that answers my question, doesn't it? What the hell is that music? What's that clicking sound? It's coming from over here. Yeah, almost missed a piece of paper. Hopefully this explains a bit more.
What's this?
Nathaniel Reiter, financial genius or eccentric geriatric. When Nathaniel Winter, billionaire mogul, announced his intention to build an amusement park on the fog-abroaded shores of Solomon Island off the coast of New England, there were sniggers up and down Wall Street. Winter, who made his fortune through a series of savvy investments during the post-war boom, had long been considered an eccentric but brilliant man. His passion for the New England region has always been at the forefront of his investment portfolio. With him pouring funds into local businesses, small and large in general, his business sense and investments have paid off, and due to his generosity, Winter enjoys a friendly relationship with the governor and other key political figures. So why, with a track record like this, are the Wall Street wizards shaking their head? At first glance, Solomon Island is an odd choice. A tiny town called Kingsmouth. Oh god, Kingsmouth. That right there is your problem. Anything muth is probably Cthulhu-based. With a sleepy main street, a preppy academy for dropouts from Boston, a lighthouse that is already in the process of being automated, and a belligerent tribe of natives who have very recently evolved in a dispute over the Blue Ridge mines. It doesn't make sense when commenter pointed out. New England has a short summer this far north, and the number of visitors to Solomon Island per season are limited. I don't say we expect to turn a profit, but others have far more faith in Winter. Under condition of anonymity, an engineer who has seen the plans for the park notes several anomalies. He's digging far deeper than is needed for an amusement park, including several underground chambers which are too small to house machinery. And if you ask me, the old man is looking for something buried beneath the island itself. Could this be the real reason that the eccentric businessman is relocated to this remote northern island? Is this the corporate misdirection of the highest order by crafty entrepreneur? With the disputes over Blue Ridge mine with the native population ongoing, there's definitely something buried beneath Solomon Island. Perhaps Nathaniel Winter is going to surprise us all. I don't think we're going to find any more papers. We might, I don't know. It's going to be anything, it's going to be down that way. Let's go ahead and run up another. This looks amazing. You know what I want to see? I want to see a first-person shooter in a map like this. You know, how awesome would it be getting scared out of your freaking... Is that what was making that sound? I found something.
No.
What the... Shocking revelations. I'm glad I went back then. What the Okay, something really weird is going on in this park. I'm starting to think maybe that kid isn't exactly my kid. He might be, but not in the sense that I imagine him to be. Or that he was my child at some point and now he's something else. I still say something Cthulhu-based is involved in this. Just the mouth. Anything with mouth in it is generally Lovecraftian. You, sir, need to stop drinking and driving. That is very dangerous. Oh, well, up we go.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother.
Oh.
Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, "Yes, Sheriff."
Damn. The only thing I can assume is that she was having a mental breakdown and they gave her shock therapy. And that's not normal shock therapy. Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders, the problem is that they are locals and so they believe a lot of the rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on those tales. Every time a bolt comes loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, that is why I chose the site over all the other potentials. Solomon Island is a nexus for dark energies, and the thought of all the power just dissipating between the earth here makes my skin crawl. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn and got sent with the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out they do, and it turns out that Old Man Henderson with some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd has, but perhaps something he wrote will help me find a piece of the plans that I am missing. Well, okay, well, there's a path that leads down that way.
Where are you? Callum!
It's also another ride. Let's walk around, see what we can find. And then we'll take a ride. I imagine it's probably another achievement. What's that over there?
Stay where you are!
That path looks blocked off. Maybe blocked off? I don't have a clue. Take a look. Okay. That somehow got me an achievement called Spin, Spin, Spin. Did it fall off of there? Oh god, it did. Well, that was interesting. Let's see if there's any kind of inventory. I guess not. Well then, okay. Well, the game's definitely got my heart pumping. Let's check this out, and then I'm probably gonna go ahead and end it there. Oh, there's benches. I don't want to miss anything. I want to learn what's going on here. I think it's a testament to this game. Like, I don't want to stop. I want to learn. I want to find all the pages and all the notes, and I want to figure out what's going on. I don't want to stop it. It's very linear, but there's still a lot that you can explore, which is good. I still wish that I could have gone to whatever area I wanted to, but I can understand what's kind of piece of paper.
So they are going to close this place down.
State Bureau of Fair Rights and Inspection. Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services State Inspection Report. Inspection date September 22nd, 1980. Inspection result: unsafe, close the park. Inspector's comments are touring the park, riding the rides, and viewing the startling number of incidents suffered here in the park. It is this inspector's opinion that Atlantic Island Park should be shut down until Nathaniel Winter. What do I call Nathaniel? Nathaniel Winter complies with all safety regulations. Yeah, sorry, my tongue doesn't want to function yet. Well, I understand that there's a sensitive political relationship between Mr. Winter and the senator. I nevertheless suggest that the political considerations be set aside in condemning Atlantic Island Park. The rides at first glance appear well constructed and maintained, but the sheer number of incidents in the park during the last few years and during construction lead me to believe that there is something wrong at the base level of construction, and we should close the park and fully investigate these flaws. To wit, here is a partial list of the fatalities in the park since opening only 2 years ago. Family of 3 killed when a roller coaster car derailed. 14 separate incidents of broken bones and crushed ribs while riding the Octotron. 3 suicides from the top of the Ferris wheel. A child seriously injured on the escalator. Over a dozen children reported missing in the House of Horrors since its construction. 1 report of a drowning in the Tunnel of Tales. The sheer volume of incident means that it is my strongest recommendation that Atlantic Island Park be closed immediately. Signed, David Walself. God damn. That's crazy. What about if I just increase the speed? Faster. Faster. You can zip. Alright, let's simmer down now.
I can't get on while it's moving.
Not with that attitude, lady. Put your mind to it, I'm sure you could do it. Apparently that Ferris wheel cart was missing. Do I have to lower it a little bit more? Guess I do gotta turn it down a bit more. Oh,
I can't get on while it's moving.
Lady, come on. There we go. Let's see what happens. 'Cause something crazy always happens on these rides. Maybe Park Satan will show up again. Who knows? I still, that is impressive as hell. Most games won't show this. That's still pretty cool. Nice. Oh, it is gorgeous outside. I always wonder why developers do that, where they don't actually put constellations. They basically just dot the sky with thousands
People
of stars.
come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed, but I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Dawn and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Dawn was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
Wow. That was a lot more somber than I was expecting. Nothing spooky even happened. It was just... Oh yeah, this... Oh fuck, hello. Is he not gonna mess it? Huh. Well then. That was creepy as hell. But alright. I do believe this was your time as any. Go ahead and end the episode here. So I'm going to be here to the grave. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Whack my town, everyone.